Paul?
A recent survey has shown that the job market for young people will become more challenging in the second half of the year, as 65% of the nation's 500 largest companies have stated that they have not yet established new hiring plans or have no such plans at all for the remainder of the year.
최근 조사에 따르면 국내 매출액 500대 기업의 65%가 남은 올해 신규 채용 계획을 정하지 않거나 아예 채용 계획이 없다고 밝혀 올 하반기 청년 취업 시장이 더 얼어붙을 전망입니다. All right, so we're talking about the job market.
We are, and we're talking about a reduction in new jobs. We have only 35.4% of the top 500 companies here making new recruitment plans for the second half of the year. So when we look at this 35.4%, just over half of them, 57.8%, are going to keep their hiring levels at a similar rate to that of last year. 24.4% are going to reduce hiring, so they're going to hire less people, and only about 17.8% are going to increase their recruitment. And as for the other 65% who aren't hiring, well, they're talking about there's been a deterioration in profitability, but also they're trying to adopt cost-cutting measures because of business uncertainty. It's been a tough year when it comes to industry all over the world, and it feels like companies are maybe wanting to take less risks or be a little bit safer.
Less job openings mean less opportunities for youngsters
Yes.
as well. Well, let's go to the first expression. 자, 첫 번째 표현은요. 우리말로는 이 취업 시장이 좀 더 얼어붙을 전망이다라고 해석을 했지만 영어로는 It's going to be more challenging이라고 했습니다.
Yes, and if something is more challenging, it's going to be more difficult. It's going to be harder to do. For example, I read a lot.
Yeah.
And I read a wide selection of books. Like this morning before I came to work, I was reading a comic.
Oh.
You know, early morning because it wasn't challenging. A comic's really easy to read for me. It's something that I can not focus too much on and have fun. Whereas Charles Dickens or James Joyce or one of those classic authors, I find a lot more challenging because the books are thicker, the words are older, and the sentence is more complex.
Exactly. So the word challenging here means more difficult.
Exactly.
네, 어렵다, 힘겹다라는 의미가 될 텐데요. 이제 앞으로 청년 취업 시장이 올 하반기 같은 경우에는 좀 더 어려울 것이다. 즉, 좀 더 얼어붙을 전망이다. 그만큼 오프닝스가 적다라는 얘기가 되겠네요. 자, 그리고 this is for the remainder of the year.
Yeah, I don't know whether this word is more challenging or not than challenging, but what it means is what's left over, what remains. So here, when we talk about the remainder of the year, well, today is September the 12th.
Yep.
And that means from September 13th through to December 31st, that is the remainder of the year. What is left?
And in division, if I remember correctly, in maths.
Oh, no, don't do maths. Maths is too challenging for me, Sue, this early in the morning.
그래요. 아침부터 수학 얘기해서 죄송합니다. 근데 우리가 나눗셈 얘기할 때 나머지, 이게 remainder입니다.
Yeah, that's right. So, I also think of what's left over in the fridge.
Oh,
the
yes.
remainder of last night's meal, for example.
That's right.
If it wasn't a babdoduk, you might have too much left.
That's right. 네, 남은 음식 그것도 이제 remainder, food remainder. Food remainder?
The remainder of last night's dinner,
The
for
remainder
example.
of last night's dinner. 이렇게 좀 길게 표현해야 되겠네요. 네, 나머지 남은 것이라는 뜻이 있습니다. 그래서 여기서는요. 올해의 남은 기간이라고 표현을 했는데 올 하반기라고 보면 되겠네요. Well, here it is one more time. A recent survey has shown that the job market for young people will become more challenging in the second half of the year, as 65% of the nation's 500 largest companies have stated that they have not yet established new hiring plans or have no such plans at all for the remainder of the year.